Hi, I'm out of darts. Today I am inside my garage and workshop, which is currently covered in hurricanes. I have a giant table in the middle of the room, and it has been a lot of fun building these. I'm about to ship a batch of 30 this week, and it's been really enlightening. I'm getting very good at soldering, because doing 12 connections per blaster times 31 blasters actually has gotten a little it's been a bit much. Anyway, this week I really wanted to show off an update on the Atlas hopper. I love this blaster. I think it's a ton of fun to play with, and prior to the Artemis coming out, I really thought that it was actually a really great blaster. It doesn't have quite the performance of some of the others because it shoots 2 balls at once. Now, the biggest problem with it was its mag loading, and those mags were just terrible, and then when you only get 6 shots, it became kind of an unusable blaster. So I've been going through a few iterations, and I had thrown up a video before of just a paintball hopper version, but essentially what I've done here now is designed a 3D hopper from scratch. In the front, it's got an EDF motor, and that motor is connected to a front block and a switch. Thanks, Michelle, for that suggestion, along with a few others in the comments. I know several of you commented in the last video that I should put a switch inside to activate the blower, which makes sense. So each time you prime this, after I shoot it once here, it turns on the fan just long enough to feed the balls through. The feed is back here at the bottom. The hopper slopes down, and this current hopper holds 100 easily. It can actually hold more if you're willing to deal with the potential jam up in the beginning here. But this feeds remarkably well, and I have had almost no issues playing with it, other than if you use the really squishy knockoff ammo, not the new headshot and not the official rounds. Those can tend to jam, and that's a defect of the blaster itself more than the hopper, just the firing mechanism, because it can get essentially wedged underneath here if you're not careful. This front block is also 3D printed. It's got a just standard 15 amp micro switch with a roller lever, and it just makes contact with this here. I wanted that to be robust, and while I could have mounted the switch inside, I thought as far as a sales point and making it easy to install externally was a lot easier. Now, I am running the wiring on the inside for now. It's not all quite finalized. I'm going to have this be a little bit longer, maybe even increase the capacity, make it a little bit sleeker, and have this anchor really well. But right now, it is, I mean, you can, surprisingly for a 3D printed hopper, it was about 26 hours of printing total for the 2 halves. In the future, I'd like to get one printer that can do the whole side, or maybe even look at someday doing molds for a hopper project. The back is magnets, as I love them, because they stay in place. They're really easy to flop open. One of the best parts about this blaster is when you're running around, flop open the lid, it stays open. I can just funnel more and more rounds into this hopper. I've got about 100 loaded in here, which is about 85% full as far as the volume inside here. You need a little bit of wiggle room so that those balls can get down the chamber, because there is no agitator in here. The only agitation that actually happens is you priming the blaster. But without talking anymore, let's just shoot at some here. Shooting it at a high angle just so you can see that basically it doesn't matter what angle you actually put this at. You can fire straight up in the air, I think. Which is pretty fun, and I'm, as usual, scattering HIR rounds all over my garage. But to continue, I got 4 that time because I slipped up on the trigger. The one thing I do wish this blaster had is an auto trigger, or slam fire as Nerf calls it. Slam fire is the name, not auto trigger. But you get pretty good with the timing, and I just find that running around, this is the funnest little blaster, little big blaster to just pepper people with. And it's so easy to reload. You get 50 shots of 2 out of this, and it works really well. I'm definitely going to have more updates in the future, and if people are interested, I'm definitely going to be selling these in the shop. I definitely have to stop saying definitely. But I'm absolutely going to improve the design, make it a lot cleaner. This one looks like garbage because I used hot glue No, cyanacrylate. It's super glue, which then gases all over and makes a huge mess. So in the future I won't do that. I'm hoping it'll be all one giant piece and really easy to install. If you don't want to open up the shell, you won't even have to. You simply hot glue this in place here, open the shell slightly in the back. This all locks into place on the shell and you're good to go. Anyway, that's it for now. Hope you enjoyed this new mod, and until next time, I'm out of darts.